Each of them woke up the same way, gasping, drenched in sweat and too afraid to go back to sleep. Some heard voices when they chewed the meat. Others said the soup made them forget their own names for a few seconds. Mama Bono had had enough. This time she decided she was going to do all it took to uncover Mama Imelda's secret. She sent a young pastor from her church to visit Imelda's restaurant. He came that day dressed in plain clothes, bought a large plate of soup, and sat down with a straight face. At first, everything seemed normal. He took one bite, then another. Then suddenly he dropped the spoon. His eyes rolled back and Imelda stood frozen. Her gold gel trembled on her head. "What are you talking about?" she yelled angrily at the man, but he didn't respond. That night, she couldn't sleep. She rolled restlessly on her bed, trying to understand the strange things that had been happening. She stood up quietly and went to her kitchen to drink water, only to find her pot boiling without any fire underneath. The lid lifted on its own. Steam hissed out like a whisper. Her cooking spoon, lying on the counter, began to leak something red, thick and slow like blood. She backed away with her heart thumping. The next morning, a note arrived at her restaurant. No one saw who dropped it. The paper was damp and red stains marked the edges. Written in sharp, shaky handwriting were the words, "They know you now. You must feed them their names." Imelda crumpled the note, but she couldn't throw it away. She knew, deep down, something had followed her home. As the day went by, Mama Imelda became more frustrated. The torments were becoming unbearable. She experienced strange and unsettling occurrences in her store and house. That day, she decided she had had enough. She stormed back to St. Jacobi mortuary with so much anger and boldness. She pushed open the gate and shouted into the dark corridor, "Morgue boy, come out!" As if summoned, he appeared, barefoot and calm, with his eerie glowing tribal marks and empty eyes. "I want answers," she said. "What is happening to me, to my daughter, to my food?" He stared at her for a long time before slowly nodding. Then he led her to the back, where the air was colder than it should have been. He opened a drawer and pulled out a dusty notebook, its pages stained and curling. "The dead whose water you used," he finally whispered. "They were not buried with honor. Their names were never called. Their souls are lost and angry." Imelda felt her knees weaken. "What do I do?" she asked. "Feed them, not just with food, but with remembrance." He told her the rules. For each spirit, she must cook a special soup using ingredients that matched the soul's story. And most importantly, as the soup boils, she must speak the name out loud 3 times. Only then would the dead rest. Immediately she got home that day, Mama Imelda swung into action. The first was Osato Ifeanyi, a teenage boy who drowned in Bar Beach. She added smoked fish, sea salt, and bitter leaves. As the pot boiled, she whispered, "Osato Ifeanyi, Osato Ifeanyi, Osato Ifeanyi." The wind outside howled, and the fire almost went out. But the soup came out rich and golden. Next was Chief Amadi, a corrupt politician buried without his heart after his enemies stole it for rituals. For him, she cooked yam porridge with cow heart, ogiri, and old yam. However, one night, she made a terrible mistake. After a long, exhausting day, she forgot to perform the ritual properly. She was too tired, her eyes heavy, her mind cloudy. In her rush to finish, she stirred the pot absent-mindedly and forgot to call out one name, Ngozi Ekanem. It seemed like nothing happened at first, but the next morning, as Mama Imelda woke, the air felt uneasy. Then, suddenly, a loud scream came from the kitchen. She rushed there, only to find an unknown woman standing. The woman held a sharp object in her hands. "Who are you?" Imelda yelled. "I'm the one whom you forgot to feed, and today we end it all. How dare you not feed me after using water from my body to cook?" "I'm sorry, I forgot," Imelda begged. "It's too late." Before Imelda could plead further, Ngozi Akanem stretched her hands towards her and squeezed the life out of Mama Imelda. From that day onwards, no one heard about Mama Imelda. Even her daughter was nowhere to be found. This story is a clear reminder that greed doesn't